I think it's an interesting story. It was at the time, quite a few years ago, when Jacques Delors was president of the European Commission. There was at that time a discovery, which was that although all our countries, members of the Union, have a very sophisticated and detailed social security network, one found out that there were a number of people who fell outside. And that was called then that they were excluded from the system, which was an abnormal situation because the system was all-inclusive. And so Jacques Delors and a number of business leaders decided to have an appeal to deal with this question of exclusion, and that is how CSR Europe started. Of course, then afterwards it expanded, the different topics, the problems which arose were different, but the start was very specific, and now the address is how does the business community deal with the challenges of society, and what are the contributions that the business community can bring in that context. Number one, 2020 will come around. So whatever we do or don't do, the year 2020 will appear. And it is especially clear in the present circumstances of the economic crisis, the financial crisis, the loss of values which came with that. It is absolutely important to show that we have targets for our society and instruments to implement that strategy. And so would have always been important, but it is even more important, the present situation, where a lot of people have become disappointed with society, lost trust in a way in which we prepare for the future, and in that context, the CSR issues have a role to play. I believe in it. It's as simple as that. You can't be convincing if you're not convincing yourself. You can't follow a file to discover that what you thought was achievable is not, that the progress that you wanted to bring is not there. Now, when you look at the databases which exist, the best practices which exist, the way in which we study complicated issues to try to improve them, although they are very complex, that means that CSR is alive and kicking. And that's enough to keep you motivated.